Good day. Now I'm here to discuss about connecting through verbal communication. Let us know what is connecting through verbal communication. I hope this lesson put it in your mind. So let's start. Connecting through verbal communication, it is the process of using spoken language to create, develop, and sustain meaningful relationships. It involves not only expressing your thoughts and feelings clearly, but also actively listening and responding to others in a way that fosters understanding and strengthens bonds. So it means the connecting to verbal communication, it is the process of using spoken language. When we say spoken language, it is speaking in a specified way to create and develop and sustain meaningful relationships. And connecting to verbal communication, not also expressing your thoughts and feelings, but also active listening and responding to others in a way that fosters. When we say in the way that fosters, it means, when we say fosters, it means that encourage, promote to the development to others. So that is connecting through verbal communication. So example, your presentation was excellent. I especially like how you use real world examples to illustrate your points. So that is the example of connecting through verbal communication. So connecting through verbal communication, it is have a five key components. First is clarity, second is empathy, third is active listening, five uh, four respect, and five is authentication. When we say clarity, it is using precise language to convey your message accurately, avoiding jargons or ambiguous terms that may confuse your audience. When we say precise language, it is the exact message to convey your audience. It is avoiding jargons or ambiguous terms that may confuse your audience. For example, you announce the first step is to gather all the necessary documents, then complete the online form, and finally submit it to the HR department. So it is the exact message that directly you convey your message to your audience, and you avoid jargons or ambiguous terms that may confuse your audience. So that is a clarity. So next is empathy. Empathy is understanding and sharing the feelings of others, responding in a way that show you acknowledge and value their emotion. So the empathy is you understand what the other people share their feelings to you, and you respond the way you show your value. So if what the other person share their plans to you, so you need to value it, even that is differ from your own. So just give a value of what the other person is sharing, and the way you respond it, so show your acknowledgement and value. Like for example, I can say that you're feeling overwhelmed with all the changes. How can I support you during this transition? So it, this example give that you show your acknowledgement and value. So that is a empathy. Next is active listening. So active listening, it is paying close attention to what the other person is saying. So the active listening is it is how a people that communicate with you just give a close attention. Like for example, If I'm hearing you correctly, the main challenge is the lack of communication between teams. How do you think we can improve this? So this is the example of active listening. You pay close attention to the person who is saying. So that is active listening. So next is respect. Respect, it is the most important in communication. So respect is treating others with courtesy and consideration, valuing their opinions and perspectives, even if they differ from your own. So respect is you treat to others with courtesy if that person is low educated or non-educated. If once you communicate with the people, you give courtesy. So that is respect. And valuing their opinions, even their opinion is different from you. So, like for example, thank you for sharing your ideas. Even though we have different opinions, I value your input. So that is a respect. You value their opinions even differ from your own. So that is a respect. So to continue this discussion, I give to Mr. Makahidhid.
Authenticity, being a genuine and honest in your communication. Pagiging tapat at totoo sa pakikipagkomunikasyon. Expressing your true thoughts and feelings in a way that is appropriate and respectful. Pagpapahayag ng iniisip at nararamdaman upang maging isang angkop sa pakikipagkomunikasyon upang maging isang magalang. Example, expressing empathy. Instead of saying, I know how you feel, try saying, it sounds like you're going to time. How can I support you? Active listening. When someone is speaking, maintain eye contact, nod and ask clarifying question to show you're engaged. Giving constructive feedback. Instead of saying, it's wrong, try saying, have you considered this approach? It might help you achieve your goal.
This discussion is to continue the discussion by Mr. Makahidid, which is the branches. So, what is branches? The branches is interpersonal communication. In the other word, it is focuses on building and maintaining relationships between individuals. So, for example, a conversation between our interpersonal individuals. It is emphasize personal connection and understanding also. So that is a branches. Next, group communication. So what is group communication? Group communication involves effective communication within a group setting, such as a team at work or a family discussion. So, for example, a team collaborating on a project at work, and also it involves teamwork and shares goals. So that is a group communication. Next, next is a public speaking. So what do you mean by public speaking? The public speaking means addresses communication to a larger audience, such as a giving a presentation or a speech. For example, so the example, giving a presentation at a conference or a meeting, so or the graduation. So that is a public speaking. You give a speech of a large audience. The next is cross-cultural communication. Those with communication between people from different cultural backgrounds, emphasizing understanding and respect for diverse perspective. So, for example, negotiating a business deal with international partners. So, it is a communication between people from a different cultural background. So, that is a cross-cultural communication.
Determining one may context is the context in which you communicate influence the effectiveness of your message. Be mindful of the settings, the relationship dynamic, and the cultural norms. Related concept, emotional intelligence, the ability to understand and manage your own emotion and recognize and influence the emotion of others.
Today, everyone, my part is about conflict resolution. The process of resolving disputes or disagreements in constructive and peaceful manner. An example ani is for example if kanang namoy duha mo ka barkada tas nagsabot mo nga maglantang mo salida tas nagsuggestay mo duha og unsa nga salida inyong lantawon. So ug wala mo'y conflict resolution, magkalalis mo ana kay magsimong patuhay og asay unang lantawon. And kung para ma-apply nyo ang conflict resolution, like magkasinabot mo nga aning adlaw imo nga gisuggest nga salida ang lantawon, das pagkaugma ang yana po nga gusto nga salida ang lantawon. Next is assertiveness. The ability to express your needs and opinions clearly and respectfully without being aggressive or passive. Sa aggressive dia is, it means na expressing your needs and opinions clearly and respectfully without being aggressive or passive. So, ang means sa aggressive is like, for example, nang ni-order ka, tas nasayop ang naahatag sa waiter. If pa aggressive ka, like, mangisog ka dayon, dili na nimo siya tagaan og chance nga maka-explain og ngano nga nasayop siya og paghatag sa order. And then sa passive is kanang murag gyapon siya kanang murag ni-order ka tas ay ni-order ka og sa restaurant tas nasayop ang waiter. Kay kay passive man kadis wala rin mo tagay murang gikaon ang imong gi-order nga kanang imong gi-order murang gikaon wala ra ka mo reklamo nga nasayop siya. So muna siya passive. History and development. The study of verbal communication dates back to ancient Greece, where rhetoric was central part of education and civic life. Today, verbal communication is recognized as critical skill in various fields, including business, education, healthcare, and politics. Ang history and development is important po niya sa verbal communication kay for example pareha sa education, need siya og clear communication para masabtan sa mga estudyante ang pag-explain sa mga maestra, and also sa politics, like sa ilang speech, need sila og clear communication para persuade nila ang mga voters nga mo-vote nila. And then to continue our report, I will pass it to Mr. Rabillaro.